Hello everyone. So looks like that's stream number 10 of this game, but it's simply because I don't have time right now to stream at all. 3 hours max. No more. We shall have some more free time, but simply not right now. Alright, need to check the sound. Test is test. It's working. I can see you doing the puzzles, isn't it? No what? Actually don't remember anything. Oh no, it's already the case. Cheating is good. It's much more interesting to do it.
As scheduled.
Didn't I see all of this? I'm sure because there was music, etc.
The trial of Espella Cantabella shall commence.
Well, I can repeat because I don't remember this.
Knights of the court, are you ready now to cross your swords of justice?
The Knights of the Inquisition have spent countless years trying to track down the elusive Great Witch. The secret of her identity shall finally be brought to light in this very court. All those present, pay attention, so that the truth may be burned into your memory. Today, the legend of the Great Witch shall become a closed chapter in the history of Labyrinthia.
You could cut the atmosphere with a knife. It's so loaded.
Why can't it save like in previous games in any place I want? It's simply stupid.
And now, the whole truth shall be revealed to all. The moon, eye of the night, shall bear witness to that. Don't you agree, Defender?
I don't agree.
Your Honor, the defense is ready.
How regrettable. I see you won't allow yourself to be provoked.
You may now begin your opening statement, High Inquisitor Darklaw. Thank you. People of Labyrinthia, the story has ended. Its end has been sealed through the storyteller's death. The one who put an end to the life of the storyteller and to the story which governs our lives was the great witch Bezella. Awesome. A full embodiment of evil, who has long been lurking among us, concealed deep within the consequenceless. Wait a second. Consciousness of certain girls. Chicken would assume the left hand. Right at how I thought it would be. I'm sure you're all aware of your name. I refer, of course, to Espella Cantabella. With the cat? Why there's a cat? Today at dusk, a tragedy unfolded right in front of us all. Goddammit. Where's my water? A giant dragon descended into the town square, devouring the storyteller. Well, the common rule for every single game, anime and movie, if you didn't see the dead body, this person is not dead, I'm sure about this, was a nightmarish vision that we shall never be able to forget. That fearsome fire beast, of which we had only heard tell through a legend, returned at the hand of the Great Witch. Indeed, it was just as in the illustrations of the legendary fire. Hello, Cube. I actually can hear that my voice is not as it used to be, somehow. Robocop. And the girl within whose heart lies the Great Witch herself has committed her final and most heinous crime. Wait a second. And most heinous, crime? The crime of patricide? What the heck is patricide? May this trial serve as an offering. An offering to the storyteller, who can be with us no longer. He's alive and running around? But of course. Thank you, High Inquisitor. The Inquisition may now begin proceedings. As I have said, this unthinkable crime took place in the town square within plain sight of all Labyrinthian. Oh? Really? Everyone is a witness. Surely there can be no need for a formal interrogation. You can't say that! I suggest you mind your temper, Defender. In a few moments you will have no option but to accept the truth. Once he heard from the very mouth of the accused. From a speller? The Inquisition hereby demands that the accused, Espella Cantabella, testify about her crime. Or rather, that she confessed to it. Inquisition's the request shall be granted. Bring Espella Cantabella down to the witness stand. This is it. The last trial. In all likelihood, Espella will admit to the charges. Have only one chance to break whatever spell she is under. When she testifies, there are bound to be some clues to the truth in there. Now that you're here, witness, state your name and tell us your real name as well.
My name is Espella Cantabella, but I have another name too, Bazella.
Order in the court. Then you really do admit that you are the Great Witch. You openly concede that you are Bazella herself, because of the all evil and destruction. Yes. I knew it. You're done. She is Bazella. How terrifying. I mean, she killed her own father. How dare she kill our beloved storyteller? And to won the trial, you want to see her burn. But Spella? The Inquisition was right. The accused herself has spoken. It would seem there is no need for an interrogation. I assure you, there is none. The only possible verdict has been clear to everyone from the very beginning.
Hold it!
Let's hear Spella's the accused side of the story. Magic exists in this world, right? So if you think about it, a speller could be under the influence of a spell, too. What I would like to know is this. Just who in the world are you, young knight? Or me? How to put it? I feel as we have met somewhere before. It was where was it again? You haven't? You just your imagination, your honor. I mean, my lord. As for who I am with Cerebral Knight. Not in a romantic way, of course. Is this a friend of yours, Defender? Yes, and don't comment on the helmet, please. Surely wouldn't I like to have your face in? How can I put this gently? It's not something you'd want to look at. talking about? You make it sound like there's a problem with my face. I can assure you, we have no interest in your face, miss. Although, I do wonder where you acquired that particular helm. Why that? A helm of that ilk is not something you can simply purchase from a street stall. Well, I found it in the forest. Finders keepers, you know. What are you doing, Maya? You promised me you wouldn't draw any attention. Sorry, Nick. I lost it a bit. Well, anyway, the defense's opinion is as follows. We should hear the defendant's testimony before coming to a verdict. There may be some things even she isn't aware of. How amusing. As this is to be the last witch trial ever held, I said it's only fitting that we cross swords before accepting defeat. Actually, what do you have? Using magic to kill that town's creator? Why it's even there? Ah, because we didn't use it. Not much. The Great Fire Dragon summons forth a Great Fire Dragon for the caster to command, responsible for the legendary fire that lit the town ablaze so many years ago. I agree. Thus, the accused herself will now testify. Miss Cantabella, tell the court of your involvement in this incident. I finally realized that Bella has been lying dormant within me. Once the evening fell and the rain ceased. So there was no more rain at this time. Climbed up the wooden stairs of that bell tower and awaited the parade. I waited for my father's speech to end, and then I summoned the fire dragon. I don't know why I killed my father. That was a very unusual testimony. When you used magic against your father, were you doing so as Isabella Cantabella or as the Great Witch Bezella? A most fascinating query. However, it matters not. Acquisition has ingeniously solved the query by disregarding it. What matters is that Bezella exists within this girl. Being a witch is a crime. Such a fundamental rule will always hold. And this girl here is not just any witch, she's the Great Witch. Spoiler has admitted the charges, just as I suspected. Just have to hope I can find some contradictions in her testimony. If I don't, we can kiss this trial goodbye. The defense may begin the interrogation. Defender, steady your sword of justice. Should I see it where or point in the wrong direction? I will not hesitate to cut down your arguments and end this interrogation. You had better keep that in mind. How many statements there were? 4? Right. What I heard about this one? No, nothing special. See nothing right now except need to press every single statement. Be right back in a minute. What? Hold on. Hello. So, let's press the second one. Where were you before that? They were looking for you. So, forgot to change the temperature here. Alright, here it is. I'm not sure, but I came to. I was in the town. It was Torrance, so I wanted to go to Aunt Patty's bakery and wait for it to stop. But I couldn't face you, so just went to the forest instead. So you were in the forest until the incident? Couldn't find you though. The rain finally stopped, and the time came, I made my way over to the town square. I was feeling strange, as if I wasn't myself. And then I noticed I was up in the bell tower, looking down the square. Spell is not a witch, and that means there's got to be something strange about this statement. Witness continue testimony. Yes, my lord. I have a feeling that's something strange, but... The bell tower was constantly guarded and there was no trespassers. So that's a contradiction.
Objection!
Vigilantes were guarding the bell tower all day. Is that the Vigilantes... Wait a second. Vigilantes report. Indeed, and according to this, the Vigilantes have been constantly guarding the entrance to the bell tower ever since it appeared. However, there's nothing about a speller going up the tower in their report.
Objection!
I must have felt you. That girl is a witch. The Great Witch, at that. It's only natural to assume that she used something akin to invisibility magic. Isn't that so, Witness? Yes, I used an invisibility spell to enter the tower unnoticed.
Objection!
Even magic follows certain rules in this world. Witches need to be holding a Talia Magica in order to use magic. And you were in possession of one at a time.
Objection!
How horrifying your ignorance is. Excuse me? Did you honestly think the difference between a regular witch and the Great Witch was a name alone? The Great Witch, unlike other witches, can command any magic she desires without the use of witch's scepter.
Objection!
That's news to me. Every labyrinthian should know about that. A witch's scepter can hold only 2 magic gems at once. Whoever heard of a Great Witch that could only use 2 spells? Order! In any case, they should convince you that the accused entered the tower. This is a sketch showing footprints? Why it's a colorful sketch, actually? It was written before the pirates reached the town square. All other sketches were like 2 colors. The birch itself and the black sketch, right? Or not? Obviously, if you walk through muddy streets before climbing up a staircase, you inevitably leave footprints on the steps. This sketch shows that there were indeed muddy footprints present on the bell tower stairs. And since you no doubt be quick to ask, I can tell you that they match the sole of the accused shoes. It's certain that the accused climbed up the bell tower after the rain had fallen. Very well. The court accepts this sketch as evidence. Why will I need it? Gosh. I almost pity you, Defender. So what? The evidence you threw in our faces with such words was sadly useless. And yet it would seem there were no problems with that testimony after all. Let's not waste time if we could carry on with the interrogation. That is, if the defender hasn't run out of ideas yet. Judge seems ready to announce the verdict any second now. Got to find a flaw in your testimony and fast. I need a solid lead in this case. What's new here? Once Simeon found the rain ceased, climbed up wooden stairs of that bell tower and waited the parade. Depends what this game wants from you, or insist.
Hold it!
But the vigilantes that were guarding the entrance didn't see you.
Objection!
Obviously that would be because she used an invisibility spell. Yes, that's true. Speller, do you have a clear recollection of using such a spell? I don't. But I left footprints on the stairs, so I think it's pretty clear that I must have. What's clear in the evidence? There can be no room for doubt. Really, Darko? So it's pretty clear that we don't have all the facts yet. Anyway, I'll better try a different approach.
Hold it!
Say you finally realized. Yes, I've always had a feeling, but my memory is rather hazy. I've always felt as though I'm not who I think I am, and I've forgotten something very important. Incidentally, when did you become aware of Bazella's presence within you? It was when I went to the Great's archive with Mr. Layton and Luke. Ever since I saw the mural depicting Bazella, I started having strange flashbacks. I saw things from the distant past, memories of the legendary fire. It's actually a 95 stream streak from one today. But it's on my phone. The legendary fire? I saw it. It was there when it happened. I saw the town consumed by flames. You couldn't have, that's impossible! The legendary fire occurred over 100 years ago, and there were no survivors. Yes, I know that. But it's true. I remember it happening. Because I'm bestseller.
Hold it!
You summoned the fire dragon with that spell, Grainworm, right? Yes, that's the one. Although I won't say it for it now. I'm sure something terrible would happen if I did. That's fine, absolutely fine. No need to prove the statement. In fact, the court permits you to prove it. Of course I won't say it. There's something strange about this statement. And I think I know exactly what was bothering me about it. She used the dragon summoning spell but didn't have a witch's scepter. That witch can use all spells without using a scepter, right? I mean, that's a little too overpowered, don't you think? That's probably what makes the Great Witch, well, great. She'll be a pretty sorry Great Witch if she could not, could only use the spells. Yeah, I guess so. Continue the interrogation. That's maybe because you didn't kill him.
Objection!
It's useless, Defender. Venus, who killed the storyteller? It was me. I summoned the fire dragon. I killed him. Magic crystal? Yes, that's correct. The storyteller chose his own death. It is a fact that cannot be changed. It is common knowledge that all things written in the story will become a reality. And Bazella's appearance has been written into the story's final chapter. She has no choice but to act out the role that has been written for her. In other words, everything happens in accordance with the storyteller's story. Nick? Have you noticed how weird the spell is acting today? But of course. I should have. It's almost like she's a puppet, but who's pulling the strings? Eve. Nick, look! Check it out! It's Eve! She must be here to root for Speller. Or to control him. Don't think a cat's emotional support is going to help us all that much. Well, this is an unexpected intrusion. But as we're in the middle of an interrogation, I'll ask the witness to carry on with her testimony. Yes, my lord. Why cat appeared here? And what will it be the difference? Machine gun. So the new thing here is footprints sketch. Muddy footprints. So even if I show them here, nothing will change.
Hold it!
Check one more time. Oh, wait a second, cat has appeared, so now I can use cat as a witness?
Objection!
It's another witness now. Let's skip all this.
Hold it!
Seeing nothing new right now.
Hold it!
When can supposed to react here?
Hold it!
Objection!
And look at the cat just now.
Hang on!
I have a question for you, If... Just what on earth are you doing, Defender? Hello, Marker. I was just... It was Bella's friend, so I was wondering if she might want to have some input. Whereas I know this furry little witness can contribute to the testimony. Seems to be obvious at a glance. Is that so? Guess questioning a cat wasn't the best idea. Let's look when you need him. Do you wish to say something, Inquisitor Darklaw? I just remembered a line from a fairy tale that I heard when I was little. A fairy tale about Bezella. What, the secret cutscene when you select the cat? The Great Witch Bezella is always accompanied by a black cat. Or so it claimed. It was seen there was a grain of truth in that fairy tale after all. That's true, if always follows me. Always? Like that means... They must have been together when the incident happened too. It's gonna... On her outfit here, it's also a cat down there. The picture of it. Now that she mentions it... What? It really was like this? I don't remember any cat. I think I saw a black cat at the bell tower when it happened. Oh yes, he was with me in the bell tower. Your Honor? Yes, Defender. My defense requests that Miss Cantabella's comments be added to the testimony. Very well. Request granted. Goodness. You're saying like there are no footprints of the cat, but she could carry this cat in her hands. And what you just said about that cat to your testimony. Yes, my lord. My cat E followed me, as always. Followed you? Should I show it like immediately?
Objection.
Looks like. I'm sorry, Speller. But there's a problem with that statement. The problem? You went up the bell tower in the evening, after it stopped raining, correct? Yes, think so, after all. There's proof of that. My footprints were left on the stairs. That's right, there were footprints on the steps. However, there's something missing in this sketch. Missing? What do you mean, Defender? There are no paw prints of a Speller's cat. If. You said he was following you, right? In which case, naturally, there would have to be cat paw prints on the stairs as well.
Objection!
And I thought you would say something that makes sense, such a silly assertion, and that can be easily explained. And that the cat must have climbed up on to the accused's shoulders. Was that not the case, witness? Yes, it was on my shoulders, I think. She dislikes dirt, so when it's muddy, she tends to climb up on to my shoulders.
Objection.
Then why didn't you say that before? You testified that the cat was following you. It's...
Objection!
I'm not sure, was it I or what was it? It's... English is terrible in spelling. It's such a thrifty method, Defender. You would do well to just let it go.
Objection.
It might seem that way to you, but it has important implications. It shows that Speller's testimony is unreliable. What do you mean? Well, now Speller hasn't been testifying in her own words. All the vital parts of her testimony have come from High Inquisitor Darklaw. She made Speller say those things.
Objection!
Are you claiming that I, the High Inquisitor, am responsible for making the accused commit perjury? Well, if that's not the case, then there's one more possibility. Namely that the witness, Miss Cantabella, has no clear recollection of what happened this evening. What? Are you saying the witness has no memory of the incident? Speller, do you actually remember what happened? Do you remember entering the bell tower and summoning the fire dragon? She said yes. You say you also remember the legendary fire which burned this town to the ground? Yes, I do, even though it was a long time ago. And you remember tonight's events just as clearly? Do you truly remember summoning that terrifying fire dragon and killing your own father? Again, it's English. Is it I or it in the future, Tilbia? Gosh. I do understand that it's translation from Japanese, but in English it makes no sense. Because the same letter can sound completely different depends on which word is it. But, for example, Japanese and, well, in Belarus and English, it's simply impossible. In the letter, it will never change. It cannot be I cannot become E in the future, or anything else. It's impossible. I don't know what happened. I will always must stay I, no matter what. I'm Weller, am I not? Can I remember it, like, fights it, should be it. The legendary fire. So then, why? Why can't I remember anything about what happened tonight? Your Honor, the defendant is confused and cannot remember what happened. Therefore, her confession that she is the Great Witch is not credible.
Objection!
What are you talking about, Defender? She admits that she's bestseller.
Objection!
Your testimony doesn't hold together. I'm more than one person. Who's the other one with me? Car attendants, carry the accused to the emergency care room. What about the cat? Emotional support cat. A brief summary of the accused's current situation. Espella Cantabella became extremely agitated during the interrogation and proceeded to lose consciousness. She remains unconscious, although her life is not in nature, until the verdict at least. Well, that's a relief. She had me pretty worried there. Look, I don't mean to sound insensitive or anything, but this is just what we needed. I'm not sure if alone. The professor is out looking for clues to help us out, right? That means all we gotta do is buy some more time until he returns with his findings. That's right. Just what we are going to do. Your Honor, it's impossible to continue the trial while the defendant isn't present. And also, it's possible that someone at the crime scene was manipulating the defendant. The defense proposes an intermission in order to carry out further investigation. What's your opinion on this, High Inquisitor Darklaw? My opinion that the defender is just playing for time. She saw right through my plan. However, I shall allow it, but why? As long, of course, as the townsfolk who have gathered here have no objections. Very well then. So be it.
Hold it!
What the heck? Why was auto-progressed? Why?
You, defender, stop messing around!
What is he doing here? English is hard just because words are meaningless, while letters in real syllabus don't have any themes? But of course. And that's why I really hate English spelling. How am I supposed to learn how to pronounce the words if the letters, they simply have no meaning at all? It's like two completely different languages. The spelling language and the vocal one. Not say it.
What he said! What he said! You can't squirm your way out of this! What he said! What he said! 'Cause we know everything! What he said! What he said! We will reveal your wrongdoings to everyone gathered here! We shall do this!
Order! 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 Whatever. If anyone here should be silenced, it is not us, but that defender over there. Who are you? You ask who we are. We are the ones who watched the bell tower, guard the bell tower, and take cover from rain in the bell tower. If they took cover, why there were only footprints of only one single person here? We are the bell tower guards, known as the Vigilantes, and I am their captain. Alright, that guy showed up at the crime scene when we were trying to investigate it. You there, you, defender. Yes. What was it you said earlier? While taking advantage of all the confusion, like the rascal you are. You said some of the crime scene may have been manipulating the accused. We Vigilantes were at the crime scene. Are you suggesting we were manipulating that witch? No, that's totally not what I don't think you can silence us like that. We shall have our say now. I sure will, no matter what anyone else has to say about it. We are the vigilantes, dutiful and righteous, superior, happy, fulfilled on the job. Our passion is burning and our blood is red. If you fail to let us speak out, you'll have no choice but to turn to violence. What? I disapprove of violence, the burning of witches being a necessary exception, naturally. In which case, it's best to just let them have their say. You may not know this, but it's not unusual for the accused to fall unconscious in this court. No kidding. Let us lend our ears to these brave knights. We shall hear what they witnessed. Very well. These knights will be accepted as witnesses. They may testify. People of Labyrinthia, did you hear the word of the judge? Today's trial is not over yet. In fact, it is just beginning. Now, Vigilante Captain Boystrom, you may testify to your heart's content. Lady Darklaw, thank you for this honor. I will talk to my heart's content. You can be sure of that. Oh, joy. So much for buying some time. Well, we still buying some time. What the heck? Why are there so many of them? Isn't it the same guy? Wait a minute. What the heck is this? It's what I said. The Vigilantes, despite injustice and inequality, we shall remain united, friendly, confident, and self-reliant. Brilliant. Have come to do away with this fiendish defender trying to protect the beach. We shall fight. We shall protect our town from the villainous defender. What? Yeah, whatever. Did I just hear something crash onto the floor? Honorable Vigilantes, let us first hear your proud names. I am Vigilante number 1, the captain of this unit. My name is Boystrom. I am Vigilante number 2. My name is Lotolans. I am Vigilante number 3. My name is Balmanuk. They say dog that bark don't bite, but I assure you, I do bite. Wait a second, how's it related? Barking and biting? No idea. Vigilante number 4. Name's Leawood? Leawood? No idea. I'm Vigilante number 5. My name is Shaki? And I, Vigilante number 6, am no more than a hopeless slave to love. My humble name is Serious. I am the still angel gracing the Vigilantes with my sweet presence. My name's Foxy. Shadow. Don't you dare forget it. I am but a man who wants nothing more than to feel Foxy's steel heels on his back. You can call me Tredon. Vigilante number 9. Oh, go by the name DB. What? DB? Charlton Chunchumil. Why he has some Russian name? As for me, I am the 10th Vigilante. Nothing more, nothing less, just that. Bye, but of course. It's no use. Cannot remember that many new names and faces at once. Well, anyway, honorable witnesses, you may testify about this evening's incident. Tell us about everything you saw this dreadful night. You have been guarding the bell tower. Ever since it appeared, no one's ever said a bad word about us. I find them trying to hide the sense of proof that the girl is the Great Witch, but he couldn't fool us. Before the rain, after the rain, at no point did a single suspicious person approach the bell tower. But then, suddenly, footprints appeared on the bell tower stairs. When I saw them, I thought, it's that witch. My eyes went hazy, it made me shake and I got dizzy. The rain stopped and a beautiful butterfly appeared at our side. How many sentences there will be? Testimonies. Rain is so loathsome. My stilettos get dirty from the mud. My lovely hair loses its texture. I have no idea how delightful it is when Foxy steps on us in her dirty stilettos. It's called stilettos. Putting the mud on our backs. Didn't rain away? What? Did my duty when discovered the intruder? There was intruder? Discovered when it was too late, isn't it? I've been mulling over this incident, and just now the realization dawned on me. I remember nothing. I suppose that can be summed up by saying you all did the best you could. The vigilantes have been taking turns guarding the bell tower since its appearance. Only which could have gone past them unnoticed. Yes, that would seem to be true. However, I must say that something caught my attention in that testimony. Defender. Yes, Your Honor. Have you been concealing important evidence? Huh? Why would I do that? Don't think you'll get off the hook by claiming you forgot about it. Right, Captain Boystrom? Of course he won't. Defender, you and your companion tampered with the crime scene and tried to sneak away with a very important piece of evidence. We did? Wait, is he talking about the pendant? What, in the end we gave it to you guys? You weren't trying to steal it or anything. That's absurd. He saw you putting it in your pocket. Right, that? The evidence we retrieved from you has been passed on to the Inquisition. Have done our citizenly duty? And that's all, Lady High Inquisitor Darklaw? This thing, was it? Oh, that's the pendant that Espella Cantabella is always wearing? Is it not? Is it blood on it? Send that thing. The Spella's pendant. She never goes out without it. But didn't she have it on earlier? That's weird. Has to be her. After all, she went to that bell tower and used witchcraft. Very well. This pendant will be accepted as evidence. I don't actually remember, was she wearing it in a scene before or not. Well, the accused was caught in the act, so this pendant doesn't change the situation much. Although it should at least clear any doubts as to whether or not she was at the crime scene. Oh man, if they appeared just 5 seconds later, they wouldn't have seen us swiping that thing. Right, Nick? Are you okay? You're spacing out. Yeah, I'm fine. Was it just me? Or did Darklaw look mighty uncomfortable just now? What's more, on close inspection, that pendant seems to have some blackish stains in the strap. Defender, you may begin your interrogation. Let me check it. So what I found suspicion here? This one?
Hold it!
You discovered the intruder. Can you tell me more about that? It's Debil. It's what he said, not me. Excuse me? If you want to ask me something, address me by my name. Find your Mick. I cannot read this. I'll make you regret it. Okay. Debil-chan. Chuck Meal. Can you get it right? Can you? I'm not talking to you. Oh, what? What's he saying? Can you please tell us about what you know? This evening, during the incident, what did you see? Sure, I saw the witch's footprints. That's what I saw. Shopmire, but how? Bill Charlton sounds kind of Mayan. The Bill Charlton Chenchak Mill. Devian. These footprints drawn this sketch? Yes, those are the ones. And then, what did you do after discovering the intruder? She told me to report intruder. I saw, right? What the heck?
Hang on!
Excuse me, Mr. Boystrom. What this? Oh, the blow. Have some respect for the vigilantes. Is there anything you'd like to comment on from number 9's testimony? Comment? Oh well, certainly. I remembered about his report. Strange footprints appeared on the bell tower staircase. Why didn't you investigate as soon as it was reported to you? We are the fast-footed vigilantes, the most dutiful of knights, doing our all for the utmost sense of accomplishment. It's unthinkable that we would not launch an investigation after a report like that. And yet, I don't recall any such reports being passed on to the Inquisition. That's right. I had my hands full with assigning tasks to each of the vigilantes myself. So I got hold of a reliable vigilante and gave him the following order. Investigate the suspicious footprints that appeared on the staircase immediately. That's what I said to him. Who was that reliable vigilante? It was... What's this? I'm having a bit of trouble remembering just who it was, but I'm sure it was a young and high-spirited vigilante. This one?
Hang on!
Can I ask you something, Mr. Shaki? Don't! Can't expose that poor guy to your ruthless questioning. Just look at him. He may not be able to take it. How am I supposed to talk to him then? Let's try this again. Please excuse me, Mr. Shaki. The person the captain asked to investigate the suspicious footprints. Was that you by any chance? Yes. What? It was him? I feel compelled to say this, but... although Mr. Shaker may be young, very few would describe him as high-spirited. What? Maybe so, but... well, what of it? It's my water. Mr. Shakim, did you not follow your orders? Didn't you investigate the footprints? I investigated them, of course. Orders are orders. Everyone looked to be very busy. Hold on. And no one would listen to me. Now someone finally asked me about it. Jonathan Shakin, ready to report. And that was a very convoluted testimony. But at least now we know that this young man's report didn't reach anyone because his seniors were too busy to listen. Yeah, people treat me like a baron? The reports go to waste? I'm not sure. Hold on. Must clear my thought, but not here. So be right back. Well, maybe it was not a good idea to stream today, but anyway. Let me proceed. What's that? A false vigilante. Leeward, whatever, seems kinda lost in thought. Nick, let's find out more about their footprints. Yep, let's do it. Can only hope this is all written somewhere. Let us go back to the interrogation. Witnesses continue testifying. So what I learned here? Footprints appeared on the bell tower stairs.
Hold it!
Hold on a minute. You saw the footprints on the steps too? Yes, muddy footprints left by one person, from the entrance all the way up. The footprints you saw, are they the ones shown in this sketch? Even these are the footprints from the bell tower? Yeah. And when did you notice those footprints? After the rain, but still quite some time before the incident. Wait a second, my bad. I don't remember you reporting this to me. Huh? Yeah, that's right, I didn't report it. My what? Why not? I thought you were serious about your duty, at least compared to the others. Why did you neglect to report that? You're right, Captain. It was out of character. I'm sure there was a good reason why I didn't report it to you. It's no use. I've forgotten. I think I'll remember if someone could give me a clue. That guy. It's like he's teasing us. Can only hope he remembers what it was. But his testimony did give us some new info to go on. The culprit entered the bell tower soon after the rain stopped. But of course we know this. Should I start from the very beginning here? So we have been guarding the bell tower ever since it appeared. No one's ever said a bad word about us. There's nothing special about it, but let's press.
Hold it!
Why have you been guarding that tower? As you might know, that bell tower suddenly appeared, out of nowhere, about 3 months ago. Has an overwhelming presence, and looks as if it's been here forever. It's a bad omen. It's a great witch is doing. Simply put, the townspeople are scared of it. That's why, Defender. The vigilantes were compelled to step in and keep an eye on the tower in order to ease the minds of the townsfolk. That bell tower is in fact tied to 2 dreadful incidents. 2? You shouldn't have to ask. The alchemist committed suicide a few days after its appearance. Alright, she's talking about Belduke. And now, this most heinous crime. The murder of the storyteller. The bell tower is cursed. And the curse of the Great Witch. Next witness, continue the testimony. Nothing new. The order actually means something.
Hold it!
The proof you're talking about is this, correct? Yes, that's it. Then the pendant the accused is always wearing. It's proof she was at the crime scene. Strap on this thing has been turned. Of course it has, otherwise she wouldn't have dropped it. Right, but there must be a reason why it's turned. It didn't just snap on its own. Yes, that's right. You're there, you rascal. I mean, Defender. Yes? You. No good. Good for nothing. Useless swine. You doing it again, huh? You insulted the vigilantes. What? Someone tore the pendant from the girl's neck, huh? And you have the mercy to suggest it was us. That's why you want to. That's what you want to say, isn't it? That we did? No, that's not what. When this trial is over, we'll hold our own trial in which you'll be the accused. One more reason to prolong this trial as long as I can. Before the rain, after the rain, at no point did a single suspicious person approach the bell tower?
Hold it!
Are you sure about that? Sure, I'm sure. And anyway, I'll be honest with you. Ever since I started guarding the tower a few months ago, not a single person, suspicious or not, has come near it. No one but us. Really? No one even approaches us for a chat when we're on duty. People almost treat us like we're not even there. It gets so very lonely out on the job. So cheerless. Like you said, cheerless, lonely. I have no idea how sad it can get guarding that tower. It's very sad. Oh, it is. I don't think people would be interested in a highly suspicious bell tower like that, but no, I mean, what's that about? Isn't their job to keep people away from the bell tower anyway? I would investigate it anyway. And so it goes without saying, the vigilantes haven't seen anyone enter the bell tower. And you know what that means. But footprints appeared on the steps. You're... Oh yeah, Mr. Shaggy, right? Yes. Shaggy's the name. Are you feeling okay? Yes, I'm perfectly peachy. It can be deceiving. Didn't you see anything around the time of the incident? I've told you. My eyes were hazy. I was dizzy. And the ringing in my ears. Like the crying of a girl. That's okay. That's all I want to know. But what I'd like to know is how Mr. Shaggy got into the vigilantes in the first place. Well, maybe it's better not to ask.
Hold it!
A butterfly, you see. Yes, a butterfly, happily fluttering around, watching us from above. When I saw it, I thought, maybe my goddess has turned into this butterfly? What are you talking about? Gracefully moving from one flower to the next, like my goddess of love. The divine Foxy. I am the still angel gracing the vigilantes with my sweet presence. My name's Foxy, don't you dare forget it. Nick, about that butterfly. I think that must be a witch using a transformation spell. Seriously? Think a witch turned into a butterfly and flew up the bell tower? By the way, what happened to that butterfly? Well, it carelessly flew straight into the fire torch and burned. I felt enlightened by that sight. The butterfly cannot resist its dangerous attraction to the flame, even if it results in death. Perfect, thank you. That was quite the exhaustive reply. I learned nothing new.
Hold it!
So, you have still high heels? That's fine. See? Fox's heels are always polished to sparkle. I can see myself in the reflection. They're like mirrors. Did you notice anything suspicious during the incident? Not really. I was busy having some tea at the time. You were having tea? I made it for him. Tea with milk is just the thing for rainy afternoons. But when you're supposed to be guarding the bell tower, I couldn't possibly walk around in the rain. My stilettos will get dirty. These lovely stilettos. Is it really stilettos? How supposed to pronounce it? Or style? Their tips as sharp as Inquisitor Burnham's sword. And when they grind against my armor with such force and passion, I'm the happiest man on earth. Would you like me to squash you under my stilettos? Just say the word. No, I'm fine, thanks. It's not every day someone offers to treat on you. Maybe it's a labyrinthian custom? Get what all over incurred, often enough as it is. No, remember! What are you talking about? Yes, I saw them. I saw the muddy footprints in the bell tower. But I didn't report it to the chief, and now I remember why I didn't report it. So just need to waste my time to do this. Maybe I really need to print them in some specific order. If that is the case, you'll add it to your testimony. Yes, my lord. When I saw those muddy footprints, at first I figured they were foxes.
Hold it!
You thought the footprints were Miss Foxes? Yeah, she's always doing whatever she likes. causing us nothing but trouble. I was sure she'll enter the bell tower to take shelter from the rain, leaving those footprints. Excuse me, boy. How could you think that? This place is off limits, isn't it? I take orders seriously, and I value obedience. Foxy, give us any orders you wish. We'll obey you, whatever you require of us. However, you told us a different story before, Mr. Layton. You previously stated that when you saw the footprints, you thought they were those of a witch. Did you think that Miss Foxy was a witch? Well, I didn't mean it literally, just that. Foxy can be such a bother. Can't help but call her a witch sometimes. You can understand that, right? You can see what kind of person she is. If that's the case, then the footprints you saw in the bell tower must have looked like they were left by stilettos? Yeah, those stilettos. She likes to dig them into the other man's bags. Now, man in this world who enjoy that sort of thing too, well, it's best not to think too much about it. Never mistake those footprints. Fox's footprints are unique. I would thought they were just Fox's footprints. So that's why he didn't report his findings. In case you want to know, they weren't mine. Didn't leave those muddy footprints in the bell tower. No, that's sword. What sword? Strange.
Hold it!
I have no idea what you mean. You're such a hopeless man. Actually, all men are. Don't you also dream of feeling that beautiful with the tip of your shirt brutally digging into your back? I'm never. Do you, Nick? No. Anyway, you mentioned us. Are there more fans of foxes? Yeah, sure there are. Sirius is one of us too. Yeah, I suspected he meant that guy. That look. You're not averse to that sort of thing either, Defender? In that case, have a look at this. This is the mark left by Fox's stiletto. And what, do I need to compare it? Obviously not. Wow, isn't that amazing? No. I must say, you've been quite beautifully trodden on there. See how it recently toppers to a point. This deserves to be called art. So jealous, serious, such charming beauty born from dirty mud. About that muddy footprints, why didn't you wash it off? What? Don't be silly. Have you ever exchanged a handshake with a beautiful singer? What? Just like that. Didn't get it. Oh, that people not washing their hands after this? They are simply idiots. That's it.
Hold it!
Excuse me. I'm pretty sure we met before, Mr. Ward Smith, was it? Ward Smith? I must disappoint you, young one. I'm not familiar with that unusual name. Ward? Smith? Smith of Wards? Would that not be the storyteller? You mean you don't remember? I do not. From where did this Ward Smith come? To where did he head? And to where will the next arrive? He next arrive. I know not. Regardless, such questions are of no concern to any of us. I am on a green field, sky-clad, watching puddles dancing in the wind. Allow me to indulge in my dream for a while longer, young man. Can't fool anyone, Grandpa. An awful lot must happen to him since that other trial. Maybe, but just what the heck is the matter with all these vigilantes? Alright, now that I've heard their testimony, it's time to get thinking. But there are just too many of them. Never handled this many witnesses at once. It's gonna be one humongous undertaking, squeeze information out of this wacky bunch. In any case, the footprints left on the bell tower stairs are our best lead for now. So the witnesses saw them too. So let's focus on that and press them hard until they cough up some more useful info. Yeah, that's the plan. You can't refute the witness testimony. It'll be the end for Speller. Need to fish out the seeds of contradiction in their testimonies, statements. So what do I have? This one, no. The seeds of proof. Before the rain and after the rain. What about during the rain?
Hold it!
Check your footprint one more time. And nothing new. Completely waste of time.
Hold it!
But the footprints not resembling what Fox's still letters were, whatever. Very strange. Should I present it right away here? Maybe not.
Objection!
Maybe yes. You seem pretty sure that the footprints in the bell tower were Miss Fox's. In other words, the footprints you saw were stiletto footprints with pointy tips. Yeah, pointy. They were hers, for sure. And yet, we have a sketch of the footprints as they were found after the incident. Those footprints, they have rounded tips. So you'll see, Mr. Layton. Your testimony contradicts the evidence. Well, that was easy. No way. That sketch was drawn by the court illustrator based on how we found the crime scene immediately after the incident. Can guarantee you that the sketch is accurate. Well, I saw what I saw, there's no way I was wrong. How can you say that? The reason is pretty simple. If I'd seen footprints like those in the sketch, it wouldn't have occurred to me that there might be foxes. Exactly. Those are nothing like foxes. Said foxes' footprints look like this. This is quite puzzling. Perhaps the defense can explain this contradiction. Only one trail of footprints was found in the bell tower. One of the witnesses claims that the footprints, had pointy tips, but the court illustrator's sketch of the crime scene shows they were rounded. In the witness account correct, or is it the sketch that shows the truth? Both. Both the witness and the sketch are correct, Your Honor. What? Two different types of footprints were observed in the bell tower. Now, if neither party is mistaken, I wonder how in real courts are they ever accepting that no one was mistaken and everyone is right? It means that two trails of footprints were left on the stairs.
Objection!
It's so obvious, I shouldn't have to mention it, but if you trust that the sketch presents the facts accurately, there was only one trail left on those steps. You can see it quite clearly.
Objection!
Actually, it's possible the sketch is showing two trails. How would that be? Let's organize this evening's events on a timeline. Mr. Layton discovered the footprints soon after the rain stopped. Which means that at that point, someone had already entered the bell tower. Yes, that would be the case. That footprints that were observed then had pointy tips. And then, sometime later, another person went up those stairs. But that person left different footprints. Footprints that had rounded tips. I think I can see where this is going. I'm glad you follow, Your Honor. You see, the second person walked on their footprints that had already been left, perfectly covered them up, and they went. But why hiding this? What? This explains why only one trail of footprints was left. You want to say that somebody ordered Cantabella to hide their footprints?
Objection!
Preposterous. That's just too far-fetched. What makes you say that? Even we can tell you that much. There's no way there were two intruders. It's a big stretch, honey. If a body... What? Then was a witch, it was invisible. Didn't get it. You would have seen the other one. Wait, why? What you saying makes sense. It's the fact that none of you noticed the second intruder. And the only explanation for that is magic. And that the second intruder was also a witch, who had also made herself invisible when she entered the bell tower. What? What the heck? She said. Order! Order! There were two witches?
Objection!
Look. Look, readers. Are you honestly suggesting that two witches managed to sneak into the bell tower? It may seem ridiculous to you, but you can't say it's not a possibility. It's easier to bat around possibilities, but your theory alone doesn't change anything. Or perhaps you have some proof to support your little story. Because we do have proof that Espella Cantabella was in fact in the bell tower at the time of the crime. Not only was she seen by many people, but this was found at the crime scene afterwards too. Spella's pendant, huh? If you think there was one more person in the bell tower, then prove it, defender. Very well then. Defense shall present evidence. Do you have proof that someone other than the accused was in the bell tower? But this one maybe?
Take that!
Oh, that's a... what is it? This rope was found at the top floor of the bell tower. As you can see, it's way too big for a speller. Yes indeed, it would seem to belong to a much taller person. Jonathas, I'd like you all to confirm something for me. You have been guarding the bell tower ever since it appeared, correct? Indeed we have, sir. Has anyone ever gone up the bell tower before the incident this evening? Of course not. What would be our purpose if we freely allowed people inside? Suspicious or not, sadly no one ever approaches our bell tower. I see, but then... how did this rope get up there? Do you get it now? There must have been a second witch in the bell tower. Order! So there were two witches inside that tower. Exactly, Honor. It's true that the defendant was seen in the bell tower at the time of the crime. He's not around because he's the witch and robot, but of course. But if another witch was present, it's impossible to say for sure that it was Miss Cantabella who summoned the fire dragon. Actually, I'm thinking about this. There are also no indication in stresses in the words, so in Japanese language, there are no stresses at all, and that's completely fine. You understand how to pronounce the words correctly. What about Belarusian language? There's a rule where stress can be put on. If the word contains vowels, of course it contains it, and there's O or A in it, the stress goes in on it. It cannot be A or something else. So you always know where the stress is. In English words, there's no such possibility to guess it. Like, is it dragon or dragon? I have no idea. Gosh, why they didn't think about it? Like, how are you supposed to guess it? Present or present? I don't know. Based on the spelling, I cannot guess it. It's impossible. What? Calm down, everyone. Like, it's in international language, why nobody improving it? But still like this, it's horrible. We must not let this defender confound our understanding of the situation. It's the great witch bestseller that summoned the fire dragon. Whatever. He braved fierce rabbits, scaled high mountains, and crossed vast plains to testify in this court and expose the great witch. What are they talking about? You'll know soon. Inquisitor Darklaw, permit us to testify again. You believe you can reveal the truth about the accused. Yes, Lady Darkclown. You may be just a bunch of commoners, but we shall offer you our testimony with passion, purpose, and plausibility. Now speak now, for the sake of Labyrinthia. Oh man, for the sake of my sanity, please don't speak. Permission granted. May your words be as sharp as swords. Again. 10, whatever it is. How should I say it? It's not sentence, it's not testimony. 10 facts, so and cut through all lies and fallacies straight to the truth. The storyteller finished speaking to the crowds at the town square in the evening. It's when the Great Witch appeared. Finished, indeed. Still cannot forget the sound of that terrible incantation. It was undoubtedly that girl's voice. What if the Great Witch doesn't need any incantation to cast the spell? We ran towards the tower as soon as we saw her, keeping our eyes on her to make sure she didn't escape. Well, I see no contradictions again. We split into two groups at the entrance. One group to guard it, the other to chase down the witch. Why down when it's up? I was in the first group. I was one of the pursuers. I ran into the tower and caught the witch. Homebody, but of course, she's a cat. There was no one but us at the crime scene. We captured the girl. There was nowhere for anyone to hide there. There was no other witch, I'm sure of it. Guarding the entrance? I was guarding the entrance? I had the... What the heck is this? That's right, young one. The fateful bell tower, the fateful incident. We saw them with our own fateful eyes. Well, I suppose that can again be summed up by saying you all did the best you could. But if I need to save here, actually. Did I save last time? Never today. The vigilantes were the first to arrive at the crime scene. Their testimony is credible. It does seem so. And if what they say is indeed true, it would be decisive proof of the accused's guilt. What? Our opponent is a witch, the Great Witch, to be exact. Things probably aren't as simple as they seem. If you think so, feel free to look for any cracks in their testimony. It's completely new man, it's not him. He said this. There are any, and if you're up to it. Defender, you may begin the interrogation. Okay, let's skim this.
Hold it!
That. You did it? You caught the witch? She was as if in a daze. I too was in a daze. And I seemed to fall unconscious. When I came to, it seemed that I captured her. It means you climbed the tower before anyone else? Yes, that's correct. Let me tell you, that guy's the fastest among us, runs at breakneck speed. It's bad for toilet. Animal? Number 5 is very late. Quite jealous of his weathery boat. Just don't know what to say.
Hold it!
A witch could have used magic to remain unseen. Sorry to disappoint you, but no one used any magic at that time. What makes you so sure? To cast a spell, a witch needs to say that spell's incantation. And we heard no incantations. No any other suspicious noises. What was this?
Hang on!
Excuse me, Mr. Ward Smith. I do not know anyone by that name. Yeah, anyway, would you like to comment on Mr. Tredden's testimony? I see you have nothing to say. He's in Greenfield, what again? Do not rush to conclusions, young one. I am on a greenfield, skyclad, watching petals dancing in the wind. Yep, I knew you'd say that. And yet, a single shaft of light has shone throughout the dark abyss of my memory. Heard something in the bell tower when we went to apprehend the witch. What did you hear? Was it an incantation? No, it wasn't an incantation. Nevertheless, it sounded like a woman's voice. Mr. Wordsmith, this is extremely important information. Please add this to your testimony. Yes, I shall do that. It's best that I tell you about it now, before I forget again. As the defender requested, you will now testify about the sound you heard. I recall hearing a woman's voice, faint, delicate sobbing, no less. And so what? Kill express it.
Hold it!
You heard a woman sobbing? Yes, sobbing, perhaps wailing. Eek? What? She sounded a bit like Hedges in need of some grease. Boy, his falsetto packs a serious punch. And there was another noise too. Clack, 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 clack. It was a pleasant sound, as I like that of wooden cogs in motion. Huh? And another sound. A clink-clonk of chains creaking. Come a long way from the sound of woman crying. I remember now! A woman's scream! On second thought, I heard it too. I remember a certain violent, creaking noise flowing through the air. And when did you hear it? We ran to the bell tower, and I think it was when we arrived at the entrance. Indeed, only the quickest of us got there in time to hear it. So Wordsmith is a fast runner? To be honest, Nick, I never saw that coming. I think I might speak more for the slowness of the other vigilantes. Anyway, we got a new piece of info. The vigilantes heard some noises resembling machinery in the tower. I wonder what was making all those eeks and clinks and clanks. Was there any machinery up in that bell tower? Now's the perfect time to present something that may have some connection to those noises. that I actually have. Looks like they're all saying pretty much the same thing. But there was another witch in the bell tower, only it was easier to prove. If the other witch used the invisibility spell, that would explain why no one saw her. No kidding, Maya. The whole point of invisibility, after all. But just knowing that doesn't help me. Need more information to go on. I'm sure there was one more person, another witch, in the bell tower at the time of the incident. And I'm going to find a way to prove it. Right, let's keep our eyes peeled for any witnesses acting suspiciously. Nice here.
Hold it!
I didn't want to press it! I wanted to show the evidence. Listen, can I switch to someone else? To skip it.
Hang on!
Excuse me, Miss Foxy. You want something? I'd just like to know what you were thinking about, if you don't mind sharing. I can feel everyone's eyes on me. It's giving me this tingly feeling. Such a naughty girl. I guess people just can't help wanting to look at me. I'm not sure that's quite it. I think everyone's watching you because you're sitting on top of the witness stand. If the stairs makes you uncomfortable, perhaps you could get down and stand with the others. No, you probably wouldn't know this, old man. But attention only makes woman's beauty shine. Oh boy. Should I show this one?
Objection!
Looks like yes. The fence has a theory regarding the source of the scream baby. It was most likely this. This mechanism is on the middle floor of the bell tower. That reminds me. There was some contraption up there unlike anything I've seen before. That's right, Chip. We never touch it, though. How about we try operating that contraption to see what it does? We might just be able to reproduce the sound that Mr. Lotolens heard at that crime scene. Right, you might be onto something. But it was I who testified about it before that young man. I talked about it too. Well, we got my curiosity. Let's see you set that contraption in motion. Lord, just leave it to me. Get ready, everyone. Prick up your ears. That's it. That's the very sound I heard. Oh, it is. That's what I heard as well. Yes, that's it. As you all seem rather hurt, it's clear that the device was operated shortly after the incident.
Objection!
This doesn't change the fact that we know nothing about what that contraption does. Your demonstration hasn't led us to any valuable conclusions. Inquisitor Darklaw has a point. It's not like I don't have an idea what that machinery was used for. But how should I go about proving it to the court? Guess I should confront Madame Butterfly over there about her testimony. Since we wasted a lot of time or nothing, defense, you may continue the interrogation. Let's press you. How can you be sure there was nowhere to hide? The whole city was watching the tower at that time. Even the witch tried to climb down using a ladder or something, should have been seen. That's a fair point. But, talking about Bestseller here, she could become invisible and fall out of the bell tower, you know? It'll be child's play for Bestseller, since she can use any spell she wants. Right, the Great Witch Bestseller could have escaped this with ease. And yet the speller was caught at the crime scene. Heard that, Nick? That's further proof there's no way speller is Bestseller, right? It's hardly conclusive. I mean, if that was enough to convince everyone, we wouldn't be having this trial. But there's something in Fox's testimony that keeps knocking at me. Was there really no place to hide? Can any evidence in the courtroom confirm that? Does it? Well, maybe not. How about on the next floor? Should I show it?
Objection!
I did show it. The eyes of the whole town were on the bell tower, and the entrance was locked. Witches may be able to make themselves invisible, but they can't physically disappear. Which means it's not unreasonable to suggest that escaping from the bell tower was nearly impossible. However, hiding themselves after the incident is a different story. That's the sketch of the bell tower, isn't it? Most fascinating. Well, Defender, how about you show us? Enlighten us as to where exactly the witch could have hidden. There.
Got it!
She hid here, of course, at the very top of the bell tower.
Objection!
It may seem like a plausible place to hide. However, that part of the bell tower is inaccessible to anyone. The stairs don't go up as far as the belfry.
Objection!
Remember our demonstration a little while ago? Demonstration? I'm referring to that silly contraption.
Objection!
That contraption serves a very specific function. The plan of the bell tower shows no stairs leading up to the belfry. Now, if you think about it in relation to the plan, it's obvious that this contraption is for what this contraption, whatever. It's a mechanism enabling access up to the belfry. What? Is that what it is? Order! Order! Another witch was in the bell tower when the incident happened. And the reason she wasn't discovered is because she used that contraption to reach the belfry and hide up there.
Objection!
Holy horses, Defender. You seem oblivious to the contradiction in your reasoning. But I mean, I'm talking about your little demonstration earlier. Yes, the device was set in motion and made some strange noises. And yet, that's all it did. That's right, nothing else happened. if it was a device for accessing the top of the tower, then why didn't it take us there? Ergo, the contraption is of no relevance to this case. Which brings us back to my erstwhile conclusion, and there was no other way.
Objection!
It's too early to say that, High Inquisitor. And why is that? Sure, the demonstration didn't show it, but maybe the device didn't work because it wasn't used correctly. But I don't think so. My reasoning is simple. Let's just say it would be troublesome if just anyone could go up and solve that bell. So it's reasonable to assume that access to the belfry would be restricted. In other words, that a special key would be needed. A key? And I think I know just what that key is. Before I ask you to present evidence, I'd like to summarize your theory. You believe that there was another witch in the bell tower at the time of the incident, and that this witch used a contraption within the tower to make your way up to the belfry and hide there. Your whole theory rests solely upon that contraption. If it doesn't allow access to the belfry, then your reasoning is completely wrong. I'm sure you know what that would mean for a speller. Your mistake would seal your fate. Yes, I'm aware of that. Right then, the offense shall prove its theory. Show us this key needed to operate the contraption at the bell tower. Well, kinda obvious.
Take that!
The key to the contraption is this pendant. It belongs to the accused, doesn't it? That's right. We found it at the crime scene. Now, if you take a look at the bottom part of this contraption, there's a depression here about the exact same size of the pendant. Oh yes, remember it. A hole in the shape of the pendant. But I don't get it. Why would that pendant be the key to the bell tower? I don't know either. At least not for now. But the point is, it definitely is. With this pendant, we should be able to operate the contraption and access the belfry. Well then, the court will grant the defense a chance to prove its assertion. However, you shall be given one chance only. What do you mean by this? Alright, defender? Make sure you're prepared for the consequences of a mistake. Consequences. I still didn't fail even once. By the way, for some reason this case is much easier than all the others. Let me take a pause here again, be right back. Alright, back as usual. Phew. This will be your only chance. If it doesn't work, that will be at the end of it. Yes, I'm ready. Good to be right about this. Good. To be honest, this looks like a puzzle. I wish the professor was here. It's totally his field of expertise. Alright, Nick. Should I give it a try? Yeah, it's got to work. It will not work. Spell's fate depends on this. Talk about pressure. Gonna stay calm. Pendant light is reflected by the blue gems. What? Light? On the circumference of the gears of the machine. Each gear will rotate 90 degrees when turned. Turn the gear to light the blue gems and redirect the light. The large central gem will only reflect light when in the vertical position. It's gonna didn't get it. The rotated light must hit the red gems on either side at the same time. But let's give this thing a shot. A beam of light. Of course, this must be the key. That light is just beginning to be pointed at one of those red gems. You're right. Still, looks like there's some kind of trick to the whole thing. Trick? Yeah, think about it. There are two gems, but we have to light them both simultaneously. There's no mirror here. Looks like we're gonna have to do it with only one single beam of light, so I need another light. Are you sure I can pull that off? I have no clue, but you've got no choice but to try. All we have to do is move the gears and burn the light of those blue gems. Alright. No time for the jitters, Nick. Gotta make this work for Speller. Did you see that? It lit up for like a second. He did, but it was only one gem. What gives? Nothing's happening. What exactly did you expect? The gems must be lit simultaneously. But there's only one light, it's impossible. Indeed. Now then, I believe we have our answer. It is, as you say, impossible. Wait a second. Let me try just one more time. It will not be necessary. Your time is up. Have you already forgotten? You were given only one chance to back up your claim. No way. Wonderful. In the end, the defense has failed to prove its theory. The contraption cannot be operated with the pendant. The pendant fits right into the mechanism. There's no way that's a coincidence, but still. No matter how much I try, it seems impossible to direct the light at both gems simultaneously. Try it only once. Seems your foolish experiment wasn't too much of a waste of time. Gosh. Gosh, not very easy to play games where I need constantly read the text. Anyway. It seems your foolish experiment wasn't too much of a waste of time. While you were tinkering with that contraption, actually it would be nice if they give me some very complicated puzzle where I'd continue just simply trying to solve it instead of reading. The accused regained consciousness. Oh, Spell? Is she okay? Well, despite seeming a bit confused, she's in better shape now. Although, I wouldn't describe your situation as okay. Quite the opposite, in fact. Don't tell me you've forgotten your agreement with the judge. You failed to prove your theory, and so the accused's fate has been decided. There's nothing I can say to that. Attendants, bring in the accused.
Accused, the trial has reached its conclusion
Oh, finally,
in your absence.
the voice actor.
The court shall now announce its verdict.
The verdict.
You are the Great Witch, and your true name is Bezella. This evening, a terrible crime took place. You killed your father, the storyteller, using the spell Grandworm. Does the accused have anything to say?
Yes, I am Bezella, the one that brought calamity upon this town. And my memories are proof of this. I remember the legendary fire in which this town was burned to the ground. And this day several hours ago, I summoned a fire dragon and took my own father's life. There is no doubt that the Great Witch is a part of me.
I understand. Hold it!
No way! The voice actor has ended. God damn it. Time is it. Still need to play at least 1 hour. It's very hard. No, Spell, you can't. Don't do that. And the Spell, don't give up just yet. Fool. What? You've been fighting a battle on this card. Don't come here with your logic, finding contradictions to astound everyone. It was your battle, not hers. So how can you be telling her not to give up when you have already dropped your sword? If you are a true knight of the court, you will fight your battle to the end. Why is she telling me this? It almost sounds like she's encouraging you. Is she waiting for something?
No, it's okay, Mr. Wright. Ever since I was little, I can only remember being all alone. But that's not really true. There were people who were dear to me and memories that I cherished. At least, I think there were. But I've already lost all that. They were taken from me the moment I became Bezella.
Poor Isabella.
Since then, I started working at Aunt Patty's bakery. I met Mr. Wright, Maya, Mr. Layton, and Luke. The 4 of you did all you could to help me. I am truly happy to have met you. But blame for the Great Witch's crimes rests solely on my shoulders. So let's put an end to this now. Bazella must not remain in this town. Thank you, Mr. Wright.
A spell. Well then, it's time for the final verdict. Think, Phoenix. Think. Is there anything I can do? Just need something. Now you see some bracelet of yours. Anything that could offer even a single glimmer of hope in this darkness of despair. It gotta be something, right?
Objection!
Your Honor, please hold off with the verdict. On that, Defender, it's too early to pass the final judgment on a speller. But explain yourself. You said earlier that the trial has reached its conclusion. But there's something we have yet to examine. What are you suggesting? Do you mean to say you have some new evidence? But surely there can't possibly be any new evidence at this late stage. Very well, Defender. We shall play along with you just one more time. Now, show us this evidence that we haven't yet seen. The new crucial piece of evidence is on the speller's person. There's only one place where it can be. It's in the speller's possession. I have it. I saw it for a second. Something there that she shouldn't have. An item that contradicts what we heard. My gut feeling tells me that item is the key to this whole case. Just interesting. I shall enjoy watching you hopelessly struggle through this like a fish caught in a net. Now, Defender, show us this new evidence that the accused supposedly has in her possession. It's already selected here. Gosh.
Got it!
Was it possible not to select anything? Can I see the bracelet on your left hand? Yes, certainly, if you like. It's actually a pendant, you know, what? But the strap got turned somehow when I was up in the bell tower. That's why I've had it around my wrist since, well, just before the trial started. But this pendant! It looks exactly the same as the one we already have here. Wait a minute. What's all this? We confiscated her pendant at the crime scene. Why is she wearing it now? I don't get it. It's giving me a headache. So it's right. I have another question about this pendant. Speller, do you remember when exactly the strap broke? Kinda shit. Trying to remember, but no, I can't. It was still fine when we parted ways, but in other words, she has no memory of it. She doesn't remember when it broke or when she tied it to her wrist. It's certainly bizarre, I must say. Your pendant has already been submitted as evidence.
Objection!
And yet, the speller still has her pendant. That's a fact we can all attest to, which means there must have been two pendants to begin with. Gosh. And I'm actually out of water. Really?
Objection!
So, that too. And the accused was caught red-handed at the crime scene. Whether this pendant is hers or not, it doesn't change anything. Yeah. She was caught red-handed by us, the vigilantes. This pendant proves something crucial to this case. It can be more crucial than us catching her at the crime scene. The second pendant wasn't dropped by a speller. So, as the evidence already suggested, one more person was at the crime scene. What? What happened to the old man? Order, accused, submit your pendant as evidence this instant. Yes, my lord. Nick. If we have two pendants to work with, maybe we can see if that strange contraption will work this time? That makes sense. It must be why it didn't work before. Your Honor, the defense would like to try operating the mechanism in the bell tower one more time. What? Why now? The contraption didn't work before because we only had one pendant. But both pendants are needed to operate it properly. Foolishness. Try as many times as you like, it's no use. I consider Darklaw. You know this is a waste of time. If it's not going to work anyway, why not let the defender see for himself? What? Defender, if you think you can operate the contraption with two pendants, I suggest you go ahead and try it, unless it has already dawned upon you that such a plan is futile. Where can you place the second one? When there was only yeah, just one single place here. Whatever. The defense shall be given one more chance to verify its theory about the aforementioned contraption. Let us now make our way to the bell tower. This is going to be your last try. I know. Are you not terrified? The life of the accused rests in your shaky hands. You won't be having any more. Let me try again, please, Your Honors. Besides, you must be aware that this puzzle may well be unsolvable. I will have been able to solve a puzzle like this before arriving here in Labyrinthia. But now I'm sure you can take off on any puzzle. It's all thanks to you, Professor. You taught me that every puzzle has a solution. Have everything I need now. What do you say, man? Should we hurry up and get started? Sure thing. It's puzzle busting time. And the second one. Oh. Hold on. Oh. So now. Let's start. Done.
The answer here is obvious. No further objections.
I'm sure that's right. Nothing's happening. There, this sound. This is... What an astounding contraption! What do you have here? Still no comparison to the incomparable astoundingness of modern nature. Like to climb. How are you standing like this? Climb up those stairs. I like being on the top. I shall escort you. What was this? Okay. Let's go see what's upstairs.
Nick, isn't this bell?
Yeah, I think you're right. That's the bell that was taken from underground. The bell of ruin. The bell that must not be sounded.
Nick, there's someone hiding behind the bell.
It's you. Now that's the last person I expected to find here.
Not really.
Miss Kira.
That's all? Continuous Layton? More puzzles? Well, this means less reading, maybe. It's so quiet in here, but of course, there's not a sound to be heard. Let's be very careful though, look. The puzzle we just dealt with is not necessarily the only one in place here. Right here, Professor. Let's proceed with caution. Start immediately with the puzzle? Gosh, hold on. First of all, let me see how many puzzles left here. Supposed to be 70. 6 more. All in this chapter. I need to check how many puzzles of this I can miss, or they're all important, because I don't want to solve puzzles after I finish the game. Question is... where the list of puzzles? Oh, here it is. So, let's see. Towers of Terror, 1, 2, 3. I believe all of them like unskippable. There's one more puzzle in epilogue, so here only 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 of them. Or more. Puzzle must be solved in order to progress the story. Okay, second. Also mandatory one. The third one, let's see. Musical score puzzle. Also mandatory. Battle of Wits. Yeah, mandatory, and let's check puzzle in the epilogue. The same, so we cannot skip it by accident. They're unskippable. And this, what I think it is? Looks like a lift. Indeed it does. It looks a lot like the kind of lift with which we are well acquainted. But we haven't seen anything else like this since we arrived in Labyrinthia. Yes, quite. In truth, I didn't think machinery of this sort existed here. I wonder what's its use as a source of power. Well, since there seems to be no other way up, does that mean we get to ride it? Indeed, that would seem the most logical course of action. I must say, I find the presence of such a device most intriguing. But I can't stand around pondering such things now. There will be time for that later. Onwards and upwards, my boy. Right then, let's go. I know I keep saying this, Luke, but bear in mind that we must proceed with caution. I'm with you on that one, Professor. It's not a puzzle yet. Professor, we've stopped. What's going on here? Are we trapped? No, I don't believe so, Luke. Although I do get the feeling that something is about to happen. Something, Professor? What do I mean by something? Look, stand close to me. Okay. Stone statue stands before you. Beneath it lies a panel with what appears to have once been a crest of some kind. Now a disjointed mess. From the panels by touching the arrows. Connect them? Whatever. Why should I read it? Turns remain 4? Hold on, let's restore button. Restore it. What the heck did? Because I don't understand the allocation. Like, this one not supposed to be in the middle, should it? Well, this one must be down there, that's for sure. What was this, French cat? And so what? Isn't it solved already? Oh. Hold on.
Let's see if I've proven myself.
Gosh.
Ah, the joy
Still never
of
ends.
solving puzzles.
We start moving again. Consume this entire lift is in itself. Another. Why it's auto progressing? It's auto progressing again. Idiots! I can't read so fast. Stop again. Another stage of the puzzle? Indeed, that's what appeared to be the case. I'll take on this one, Professor. Alright, but don't overexert yourself. You'll need to work together to solve the rest of this puzzle. Roger that. It's like the same puzzle, but slightly harder. It's harder because I don't understand where it's supposed to be placed. This one on top? No, not. Oh, wait a second, it was hidden on top left, but simply too casual.
I've already seen the answer.
Well, like,
That was indeed
you need to use like 50 steps, not just 4. Yes. No, it was better not to stream today, but anyway, what can I do? Yes, stop again. Now then, allow me to take on this one. Six. Yet again too easy. How can this be a challenge of the final chapter?
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills. That was indeed an intriguing puzzle. That was an exceedingly difficult puzzle.
The next stop must be our destination.
I think you're probably right, Luke.
Well, this is it, Professor.
The cutscene.
It seems we have arrived at last.
Wow, this is certainly different. There are flowers and plants everywhere. I can even see a water wheel over there.
It is a beautiful place.
This evening breeze is a little chilly. So, is this the storyteller's garden then?
I think that's probably a safe assumption, Luke. Judging by the abundance of water and rose bushes, it's being well taken care of. I'd be inclined to say the tower seems more akin to a castle.
Who'd have imagined we'd end up in a beautiful place like this? Let's investigate.
Investigate what? Just examine it. This building is really something else. Guess this part must be in the storyteller's house. Bella must have lived here when she was younger. Yes, indeed. This must have been her family home. Her family. I wonder if she had any plans to ever come back here. No matter where she goes or what she does, family is family. This will always be her home. Say it's highly likely that she would wish to come back here someday. Suppose so. Even if her family was only the two of them. The relationship between Espelle and her father may well prove to be an important clue. Yes, we're thinking the same thing. On the matter look. It's nothing, I'm probably seeing things, but for a moment there I thought I saw something moving at the top of the tower. Sorry, it must have been just my imagination. Let's go inside, Professor. This appears to be a child's room. Certainly looks that way. For its condition, I'll say it hasn't been used for some time. Presumably, it was used by Espelle as a child. Right. So this is where Espelle grew up. Something pretty big must happen to make her leave home so young. I wonder how Espelle and that storyteller used to get on together. Espelle is a young lady of strong conviction and a kind heart. So that's because she grew up within a fine home environment. In other words, sure, she and her father must have spent some quality time here together. Yeah, I have a feeling you're right about that. Espelle, this place must be full of precious memories. It must feel we're intruding, coming in here like this. But look, I have no choice if we wish to save Espelle. Yes, I suppose that's true. When you put it like that, I guess she wouldn't mind, even if she knew. Creaky. Professor, behind that curtain, there's someone there. The mysterious figure turned out to be just a doll. That's a relief. Heart was in my mouth. Espelle must have played with this doll as a child. What's this? Look, Professor, there's a child's picture book here. The tale is the first story. It would appear to be a handmade children's picture book. Wonder if it was written especially for Espelle? May well have been. Evidently, a great deal of loving care has been put in their writing and illustrations. There was a bad switch in the town. All the carrots in the field disappeared, and all the money in the bank was turned into pumpkins. The people of the town had to put up with all kinds of mischief from the witch. They didn't know what to do. Then one day a brave young girl appeared and said to the townsfolk, "When the witch uses witchcraft, she always uses a big stick, doesn't she? So if we take away her stick, we'll be able to stop her." After hearing this, the people of the town set a trap for the witch and managed to capture her. As it turns, the bad witch said this to the people. Even now, the legendary Great Witch Baselle is living here, in this town. Baselle is the queen of all the witches. She is the one who gives us witch's life. Townsfolk punished the witch, and peace was restored to the town once more. Though this day, Baselle is still hiding somewhere in the town. But the brave townsfolk will not be beaten by their bad witches. Was the following? Thank you for the follow. It's been since 1990. Witch games. definitely well-liked games, but can you sit on them? I would have thought there would be a fairy tale about Bessela. She's a mysterious character, alright. In real life, we see. Have a look. Why do you think the author chose to write about Bessela in a children's picture book? Well, maybe to make that child behave. Something like, if you don't do as you're told, Bessela will come and get you? Yes, indeed, that is a possibility. Still, I have to wonder, why did that some lowly, witch was caught, and not the great Bessela herself? Well, I suppose it's a bit strange. If Bessela herself had been caught, the story could have been brought to a more conclusive ending. Do you think there's some other reason? Certainly a possibility. Don't suppose there are any other handmade picture books in the room, apart from this one? Handmade picture books? I don't see any. I guess that must be the only one. And of course I'm out of water. It should imply this book has some special significance. I guess so. So it's handmade. But should really treasure it. I'll go and grab her. I'll go and grab some water. Despite it's only like 40 minutes left till 3 hours. But I'll be right back. Alright, back. Let's see. Do you think it was the storyteller who wrote this book? The handwriting does seem very similar to that of the story. This book appears to have been written with a touch, more care and attention, but I imagine it was the storyteller who wrote it. Hold on, so storyteller was handwriting every single copy as well? Actually thought he was printing it, but alright. Must have written it as a gift from father to daughter. That actually seems really thoughtful, even the story itself is a little scary. I'd like to take this look to a speller. Yes. Let's do just that look. Must take good care of it. Where the heck is the puzzle? Maybe it's not even here. Or here? Let's see. No, looks like it must be in the room still. We just simply need to leave it. No. Have you seen all this to see here? Let's press on, look. Yeah, new 3ds XL. That's the only one which you can use to install the current capture card, because no one produced anything for the old 3ds. Actually, I would like to capture it from, yeah, old 3ds and not XL, but the very first edition. But there's no such possibility right now. And I don't want to buy used consoles. Usually I buy a new console, install a capture card on it, do something else. That's it. And kinda interesting that if you would like to install capture cards on the regular DS, you can do it actually with the original version of it. Original model. That's actually good. What do you make of this room, Professor? It's not very tidy. This appears to be the very top room of the tower. The parchment line on the floor here seems very similar to the type on which the storyteller writes his stories. But I think we can say with some certainty that this is the storyteller's room. This is the storyteller's room? Let's imagine something a bit grander, like a throne room with all kinds of posh decorations. I agree that it's a little eccentric. It's unmistakably the study of an author, and he was constantly going through the child's room? But why? Stage 2 for the next year Pokemon? It will be in 2027, isn't it? Soft modded. It's possible to capture the, well, the video from the 3DS, I mean new 3DS, by soft modding it. Not the original one, I believe. Like you can buy new 2DS and stream it by using Wi-Fi, but the quality is not very great. Actually, this quality is not very great. I would say on my screen it looks much better than on this one. A gangster 3DS? Original gangster? Well, I still didn't play a single Pokemon game on stream, of course. Despite I have every single cartridge that was released from the very beginning. Probably spent all his time there, in here, continuously writing those stories. The stories. I wonder what the speller thought of it all. Your father writing stories for all the townsfolk, I mean. I wonder if she looked forward to seeing their new stories completed. Or if she... The stories were probably a little too mature in content for a young child. I don't imagine the storyteller would have shown the speller many of them. But in that case, surely she can't have had many opportunities to even talk to her father, given how busy he was. I guess that means she was pretty lonely. It must have been hard for her, even knowing how important those stories are for the people of the town. But I don't think it's right. No child should be unable to talk with their father. Absolutely agree, Fluke. I believe it will be important in the upcoming trial to have an understanding of Speller's feelings toward her father. Professor. Knowing you, look, I'm sure you must have a lot of things in your mind at the moment. So, if there's anything at all that you want to talk about, you'll tell me, won't you? Well, I would say that maybe colors are a little bit off. It really seems to me like it's like lower resolution, despite it's not the lower one. Here it's not even a pixel perfect, because it's XL. Or is it? No, resolution of the screen is the same, but because it's big, you can see every single pixel here. But there... no, I can't see what the difference is. There's definitely some difference. I must say that text is much more clear on this side. Like, I see no problem with that, but when I'm looking at that screen, font is a little bit off. But why? Anyway, that's the problem with capture card. And you cannot make it better than this right now at this point of time. Nobody created it better than it's currently on. If you open 3ds capture website, that's the only graphic card that's available. Of course I will, Professor. All's ready to listen, Luke. Now then, shall we start investigating this room? IPS recommended filter? What? Wait a second. I didn't soft mod it, I only hard modded it. There's no soft mod here. Only installed capture card. So, no filters, nothing. It's still original software. Actually, let me save here. All the games here, which I bought before they actually locked, whatever it was called. Nintendo Store? How it was called? Nintendo eShop. And I was able to buy every single Pokemon game that was available at that time. Including Red and Blue. Still installed here. What am I supposed to do right now? It's supposed to be a puzzle somewhere. Oh, Professor, a photograph. But I didn't think they even had photographs in this town. Indeed, it's not the kind of thing one would have expected to find here. To Wright, certainly haven't seen any cameras about since we got here. There's no doubt that this is a photo, though. What could that mean? This may be in some way related to that tower being so closely protected. What do you see in the photograph, Luke? There are two children, both young girls. The photo looks quite old, doesn't it? I wonder who they are. So... the one is a speller, the other one Darklaw? Well, one of them is surely a speller. There can be little doubt about that. Yeah, you're right. And look at that pendant. The same one a speller always wears. The fact that she's continued to wear it ever since shows just how important that pendant must be to her. About this other girl, do you think she's a friend of Spellers? Indeed. I think the two of them were rather close friends at that. They do look pretty charming. Alright. See, they even have the same pendant. A glimpse into Speller's past. This may well prove to be an important clue. I would like to ask you about it face to face. Let's prove it for the time being. What if there are any other clues looking around? Well, let's say that something that you thought you saw moving earlier is a point worth pursuing. But isn't this the last room in the tower? Must have just been imagining things. Not necessarily, look. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a way of getting beyond even this room. Let's look around more closely. Right here, Professor. Wait a second, isn't you need 2 Nintendo Switch 2 to play the latest Pokemon game on it and capture them all? I mean, move some Pokemon from one game to another. Gosh, in this case I'll need to buy 2 consoles, not just one. This is... how does it look? This letter on top of the piano. This was... evidence during the trial. That trial, my boy? Yes, the trial about Sir Belduke's death. The trial when you were... oh, you mean when I was turned to gold? In which case, this letter is the one that the storytellers all would give us after we last paid him a visit. Well, yes it is, but that letter was completely blank, wasn't it? Indeed it was. That was meant to be Sir Belduke's suicide note he'd addressed to the storyteller. His suicide note, you say? But Sir Belduke's butler swapped the letter for some plain sheets of parchment before it got delivered. And those blank sheets were given to us by Mr. Hood, who knew something was strange about them. I see. Suddenly missed out on some intriguing developments during my absence. The real suicide note was revealed at the trial. But how has it ended up here? Well, imagine it's quite simple, look. It's likely that after the trial finished, the letter was returned to its rightful owner. How about that storyteller actually wrote this suicide note, and that's why this Belduke actually committed suicide? It was addressed to the storyteller, after all. Right. I guess that does make sense. I suppose the storyteller finally had a chance to actually read it, then. Yes, in fact it would be reasonable to assume that he most likely did so very recently, perhaps even today, while sitting at the piano. What on earth was going through his mind here before that final parade? Alright. There's something we are not seeing here. We need to investigate this closely, look. What could it be? Surely this is not a trap of some kind. It's unlikely that a trap would be so obvious. Just a moment. There's some kind of puzzle in this piano. The puzzle piano for First Silent Hill. I hope not. Below the stained glass window is written, when the stars have aligned, the goddess shall pluck her harp. What? Bringing forth her serene song. What the heck was this? Didn't look at. Arrange the musical notes to create a lovely melody. Lovely melody. Yes, I didn't pay attention. It's better to make a screenshot or something. Anyway, the lowest one is on the right? Looks so. Ah, like this?
I've
Let's see.
already seen the answer.
Correct.
Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
Who had the melody? They didn't create it.
Look, Professor! A stairway just appeared. Could there be another room above this one?
I have a feeling that the rooftop we saw from the garden continues above here.
Oh, I can see what you mean, Professor. It's really dark in here, but moonlight seems to be coming in from up above.
Well, there's no turning back now. The answer to the biggest mystery of all is surely waiting for us ahead.
I think so too, Professor. I wonder what on earth it could be.
The next step in the storyteller's story, if I'm not mistaken.
The next step? But the story has already finished, hasn't it?
Not yet, Luke. It's still a little too soon for the ending.
There's supposed to be one more puzzle, no? He's still alive? Is I thought?
I had a feeling that you, of all people, would make it this far.
It's you!
I thought so. You are still alive.
Professor Layton, I've had enough of your running around, flagrantly contravening the flow of my story. As such, I can no longer ignore your meddling.
So he's the witch. But of course.
Professor!
Thank you, my boy.
How the heck is the puzzle? Isn't it rock, paper, scissor? All that the storyteller writes is destined to come true. Opponent's attacks are no exception. Memorize the storyteller's style and deflect your opponent's predetermined moves. But enemy knights will appear in accordance with the storyteller's style. You write the order of the attacks. Why should I read this? Write your role in the story ends here, Professor. Now allow me to write the tale of your nemesis. But how Professor would understand? What tale will be used in the story? The knight drew his blade, and the battle came to a close. He raised his blade overhead and delivered the finishing blow. What? Can you repeat this? Wait a second, what should I select here? How about repeat what he showed to me? Can I restore it, simply? No? Let it be this. Wait a second, what? Was he? Ah. My bad. Like this? It's not even a puzzle. Well played, Professor, but how will you fare in this tragic tale? Remember, there was some online game with the same mechanic. By online I mean web browser game. A new knight stepped in for his fallen comrade. He slashed quickly, dealing 3 blows, before finishing the battle with a 3-hit combination attack. I already forgot what he was doing. Completely. Well, let it be this. Not a single one? Ah. I got it. Wait a second. Second one this? Why not? What? Why it was not? Oh, wait a second, it's constantly different one? Oh my god. Holy shit, I was not trying to remember. Sadly. Okay. Let's try this. Why not? Seems I didn't understand it correctly. It's because it's all looks the same. No, he did it from above. Next this two, next this one. Why it's not? Okay, it is. Think you work it out, do you? Let's see if you can predict the ending of this final chapter. The final knight drew his sword. As he attacked, he began to vanish into thin air. His movements, well, welled in the embrace of the shadows. What the heck? I need to guess it or what? Bunny coaching? What is bunny coaching? Alright, let's randomly set it. Oh, one was correct. Okay, from back. Gosh, I need to record it or something. One more time. From left, from right, from left, from above. What? Which one is from left? Holy shit. Was it in the previous game? But why I don't remember? Holy shit, this shit. Why is the first one is not? What a trash. From above. Left and right. And which one is from above? This one? Then next it was left. Left, right, this. Like that. Why I failed? Holy shit. right, cycle, above, left, cycle, base right here, right, above, left, cycle, and people in chat. Doesn't the same day? What, a new puzzle here? In chat. Wait a second, I saw that I selected the first one correct, but looks like this. Looks like, I mean, looking at this, did it incorrectly. Now I didn't even check what was this. Don't care. What? Two-way correct. Okay, I'm looking very closely. From above. Cycle. From the left, from the right. From above. No, he jumped first. Cycle. Which one is from the left? This is from the left. From the right. God damn it, I don't understand. God damn it. From the right, cycle. From above. From the left, cycle. Which one it's supposed to be? This may be from above. But which one is from the left here? Okay, let's try this. I don't know, maybe that one. No. Why it's not? Which one I selected first one? Left, right, left, up. Which one is left? Left, right. There's no left again. How's it possible? Up, cycle, left, right, up. Which one is up here? Key, up, cycle. Which one is left? Maybe this? Finally. The bunny?
To show you my puzzle-solving skills.
But bunny was creating some tricks.
That was indeed an intriguing puzzle.
It was guessing, but here I was trying to understand what I see in 3D and compare it to what I see in 2D picture. And I saw no correlation, no connection, what that was called. Bunny puzzle was much more interesting than this one. So the puzzle.
Professor, behind you!
That wasn't the point in killing Professor.
Well, now, that was close.
Yeah!
Storyteller, I'm afraid that the power of your pen is no longer absolute.
You never fail to impress me, Professor Layton. Just tell me one thing. What exactly are you trying to achieve?
You could say, I'm trying to lift the veil that hangs over the town.
If that is indeed the case, the answer lies in the final story.
What about the first story?
This very evening, the great witch Bazella will be tried, and all stories will end. You should take your place in the gallery and observe the final trial.
He was constantly looking to the right instead of just moving his head. Right sequence? No, logic was here. He was doing some 3D movements, but I was not able to connect it with 2D pictures. Just repeating what you see in 3D. So we're seeing he's moving his sword from left to right, but on the picture it was completely different. It's like it was forward. Thrusting, whatever it's called.
Permit me, if I may, to ask you a question, Mr. Storyteller. Why is it that you are here?
What?
You too should be watching in the gallery, watching as your twisted story unfolds.
My twisted story? What do you mean by that?
You must surely be aware that your story has already become twisted. Take our arrival in this town, for instance. Not to mention our being here at this very moment. Neither of these things could have happened in the story you wrote. In other words, what I'm saying is that you are no longer the weaver of the tale.
And as you say, the story I crafted has indeed been twisted out of proportion by someone else's actions. I'm not surprised that you realized, since nothing passed by those sharp eyes unnoticed. Range cat? Okay, there will be a possibility. But I'm not going to name any Pokemon. And name things only when I'm forced to. By game. That's exactly why I decided to write the grand finale. To prevent any further distortion. Do you mean to suggest that by ending the story you could return this town to its original state? Its original state, you say? I'm afraid that is not the case. The entire troop behind Labyrinthia is sealed by a single spell. That's right, the final spell. Well, here this knight was doing two completely different set of actions, maybe even more. He was not repeating exactly the same every single time. Sometimes there were deviations. The final spell, you say. When that spell is invoked, Labyrinthia's true form will become clear to me, to all. What kind of spell is that? It is a spell that has always been hidden within plain view. What that's supposed to mean? Multi-witness cross-examination mechanic. I already read this, isn't it? Just different words were used. Essentially, the final spell is concealed at the start. The final spell is concealed at the start? What on earth are you talking about? Thought you two took it upon yourselves to unravel mysteries, do you not? Do what you will with it. Very well. Now then, I believe there's just one thing that you may wish to have from me. What would that be? Firstly, what would you say if I told you that this twisting of your story is leading towards a grand finale quite different to the one you had planned? What do you mean? Looks like there are no more interesting facts about this game. This evening you supposedly gave up your life to the great witch Bazella, did you not? As a result, the person thought to be Basella is being tried in court at this very moment. Now, if you'll permit me to ask, do you happen to know the name of the accused? Naturally, I wrote the name myself. There can be no question. Cause the name of the accused is Espella Cantabella. He wrote Darklaw? What are you saying? You mean my spell is? Yes, the accused at this evening's trial is none other than Espella Cantabella. That can't be. That's preposterous. It's you doing. What have you done, Layton? You ask me what I've done, Mr. Storyteller? I'm but a solver of puzzles and mysteries. I do not concern myself with scheming. Espella, why? How is she the accused? Perhaps you ought to go and see for yourself, Mr. Storyteller. Do you think it's a good idea to just stand here, lamenting your daughter's fate? What's to be done? Well, Mr. Storyteller, I will be returned to the court. I'd like to witness this grand finale with my own eyes. Oh yes, before I leave, there's just one thing I'd like to make clear. I do not intend to simply take my place in the gallery and observe the trial. Naturally, there's only one place for me to stand in order to unravel all of these mysteries. You mean to say that he will stand as the defender? Fortunately, the defender's position is already taken. However, Mr. Storyteller, I am the one who knows the truth. The true identity of the great witch Basella. That is, how can you know? There's only one place at which I should stand in order to assert such a fact, and that is not on the side of the defense. Sure you can't mean? I anticipate seeing you again soon, Mr. Storyteller, and finally Layton will be against Phoenix? As a prosecutor or inquisitor. Looks like not today. I'll see it. Somehow managed to read all the stories for 3 hours and 27 minutes. It's quite enough, I would say. I simply almost lost my voice in the middle. Exactly so the 2 hours. How's it possible? The Last Inquisitor. Court is now once again in session. Here, let me save here one more time. I'll continue tomorrow. If I will able to. Should be able, why not? So, last chapter, last puzzle will be in very last chapter, which is epilogue here, because chapter number 9 is the last numbered chapter. Let's see who's online. So I believe 2 more streams to finish it. Or maybe just one. I don't know how long is this case. Should be super long, of course. So maybe it's 2 streams. And today is Tuesday, so we'll finish it on Thursday. Alright, what people are playing right now? Importantly, who are all these people? Gosh, somebody playing Dungeons and Dragons? I believe it's online. This one. I sent you a message on Discord. What I sent him and what he answered. If you want to check. What is Deep Rock Galactic? Right, let me read this one. I don't know why recently so many people that I was watching are no longer streaming. Like, what's going on? People like just stop streaming nowadays. Need tired of this. And by the way, I wanted to buy some, actually to build myself computers from 70s, like mainframes, but make it much smaller. It's possible to make them yourself. All schemas are there. It's not so hard, like PD8, for example, and play some basic games. I mean, created on basic, or whatever it's called, this programming language. And approximately it shouldn't be expensive. Should be cheap. Hey, wait a second, where's... Cannot see the right button, but alright. So, thank you for stopping by and see you next time. Good night. See you tomorrow. From Reboot? Indeed, from Reboot. Bye, good night.